Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Let 'em in. Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real. Yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy evening. Oh, that didn't sound right. That does not sound right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Sunday evening to you. Broadcasting from the B Level Entertainment Studios. I'm your host, B Level. No, this motherfucker did.
Tristan Transformations.
It's your boy Anthony P. Y'all know who I are.
And Candy Webb.
Danny should have went second.
Oh my goodness.
sitting
Bring
right
that a
there
little bit closer
too,
to
yo.
you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Tristan, first of all, where the hell you going to get that damn coat? Is it cold in your damn house? Why you got a coat on your home?
It's real cold. I'm gonna be on here for 6
Why don't you
hours.
just
I
turn the
have to
air
get
down,
cold.
Tristan?
Huh?
Turn the damn air down.
Shit, it's way downstairs. I don't feel like walking over there.
This motherfucker. And together we go by the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, the baddest podcast in the world. We are just all over the place, but I promise you, once we get to work and get to doing our thing, we will be great. Okay. Now listen, today we were going to talk about something totally different than what we are talking about today. We were supposed to talk about the Charlie Kirk situation. And I think that if we have time later on in the podcast that we might get into it, but I'm thinking that that deserves a whole nother episode. But this morning, when I woke up to the internet being on fire with one of our local celebrities. Okay. One of our local celebrities is what I'm going to say. But let me go before I start reading this. Let me bring our legal expert, our analyst on. Let me bring him on. How you doing, Mr. Jimmy? How you doing?
I'm doing fairly well. How about everybody? Everybody good?
I am great. We got one of our cast members on here that he has to get his camera work right. He's coming on a coat, so hopefully he'll get it together pretty soon. But before we start talking, let me go ahead and introduce our legal analyst for tonight. Today I want to introduce, he's the managing partner of Morris Law Firm. He has over 18 years of practicing law in the state of Arkansas. Big round of applause for our legal analyst tonight, Mr. Jimmy Morris Jr. Now, Jimmy, as always, you are a regular on the podcast. We're going to have some conversations. And because we don't know the laws, you practice the law every day. We wanted to bring you on because we don't know what's legal and what is not. So we want you to handle the legal aspects of what Officer Tommy Norman has been charged with. But let me read exactly who he is. Tommy Norman is, to me, is a local celebrity. Tommy Norman is the North Little Rock Arkansas police officer who's known for his community-oriented approach to policing. He's been recognized for his efforts to build relationship and bridge gaps between the police and the community. Norman's unorthodox methods includes daily engagement with the community, thousands of social media posts, and interactive activities with the Boys and Girls Club and Police Athletic League. Now, I need to say this. I've gotten probably 3 or 4 calls today about us doing this. Woke up this morning and at some point in time, I'm assuming that Officer Norman, a little bit before midnight last night, was arrested on a 3rd-degree domestic charge. But I do need to say that oftentimes as a platform, as a podcast, I really hate doing these stories because these stories, they ruin us. They just ruin us. But if we are going to be a major media platform, we have to do these things, right? One thing that I will try to do, and my cast members, they have their own voice. I try to never pick sides, right? At UTB, I report the news, I report the facts, and I let you guys decide how y'all want to feel about it, how y'all want to, what y'all want to think. I just give the facts. I mean, obviously, you've got TMZ was reporting this. The Shade Room was reporting this. All of the local news, Channel 4, 7-Eleven, all reported this on yesterday. So it was only befitting that when I got up this morning that we needed to talk about this because we are the local voice here. And so that's why we decided to talk talk about this. We're going to let you guys decide how y'all feel about it. My castmate might have an opinion about it, but even their opinion is not the opinion of UTB. So I need to say that. Also, Jimmy is an attorney. I don't know if he might have an opinion about it, but his opinion does not reflect the opinion of UTB podcast. Okay. So Jimmy, I do want to start off and at some point in time, we will give you guys an opportunity to call in. We're going to read as many comments as you possibly can. Tristan, go ahead and tell them what you need them to do first, though.
I need you guys to like and share this video. In the comments, I need you to comment and share so I can give you a shout out. And we got a few people on here. Hey Bert, hey Ronald, hey Marie, Keisha's on, Miss Calvin is on. Hey Ashanti. She says hello everyone.
What's up?
Ronald said he's grabbing coffee. Tamala says hey. We got a lot of people on here, y'all. Tony Dickerson, hey Tony. Thank you for coming to our live audience last Sunday. Hey Marcella, Marcella's on.
What's up, Marcel Tan Winston?
Marquez TV is on. He said he shared. Thank you for sharing, Marquez. Shout out to Marquez for showing up every Sunday. That's all I see on my end.
Tell them what you need them to do, Tristan, before we get into it.
I need you guys to like and share this video and hit share in the comments. And also, you guys also hit @followers in the comments as well.
All right, so we have over 99 people on the live already. So obviously this is important to the community. They are tuning in today. As I said, right before midnight last night, there was an incident where Officer Tommy Norman was arrested for third-degree battery, I think was the charge that he was arrested. I think officer came to his home, and I don't know. The details are very sketchy. So we're going to only report what we know. Let me go ahead and put his arrest charge there. This was surfacing all over the internet. As you can see, domestic battery, third degree, and he was arrested 9/13/21. He has a no bond. I want to start, Jimmy, is something like this. First of all, explain to the viewers what the third degree battery consists of, what happened, why was he charged with that charge?
Okay. So one, let me say this. In dealing with cases or things of that nature, in America, we always have the presumption of innocence. And so a citizen of the United States and of Arkansas is presumed innocent. So as a lawyer and just as a person who is in the community, I'm not going to comment on the rumors and all of that tonight. I'm going to try to keep it very close to the law. And so when a person is charged with domestic battery third and battery third are very similar in that the only difference between battery and domestic battery are that it is a person that you have some type of familiar relationship with. So domestic battery could be wife, girlfriend, someone you have a dating relationship. It could be your child. It could be your parent. It could be anybody that you have a familiar relationship with. And battery third is, or at least what he's charged with, a person commits domestic battery if, for the purpose of causing physical injury to a family member or household member, the person causes physical injury to family or household member. There are other things that could happen. A person could recklessly cause physical injury or negligently cause physical injury with a deadly weapon and still be charged with battery third. Battery third is a misdemeanor. What that means is the range of punishment is up to a year in jail. It's up to a year in jail unless it is the second within a 5-year period. If it's a second within a 5-year period, it goes to a D felony, which is 0 to 6. It also has a fine amount of up to $2,500. If it's a misdemeanor, if it's a felony, the fine amount's up to 10 grand.
Okay, so how does a police officer, when he arrives, how does he decide, you know, if a couple is into it, they're in an argument, Jimmy, and how does the police decide who he wants to take to jail, whether he takes the male or the female? How is an officer supposedly under the
Okay.
right conditions? That
Okay,
yeah,
glad you
yeah.
asked.
I cleaned that
If
up.
you say, how do they show up and do
Yeah.
it? They flip a coin and say, I'm taking, you know.
Yeah, but how are they? How does the law say that they're supposed to decide who they take to jail?
Normally, they're supposed to collect evidence. And collect evidence means that they talk to both parties. I know people say, man, they don't ever have any evidence. Well, a person's testimony could be evidence. So generally, they take the statement of the individual, and then they look and see if there's any corroborating evidence. In other words, if she says he hit me in the face with a fist and her eye's black, you got her statement and the corresponding injury. He scratched me or she scratched me. Usually you have the statement and then you have the corresponding injury. If both parties are generally injured, then both people usually will go to jail if both are filing a complaint. If merely one is filing a complaint and there's injury to substantiate it, then that individual usually gets arrested. Remember, to arrest someone, a person only needs probable cause. Probable cause is a little more than a gut feeling or a reasonable suspicion. So his or her statement plus some corresponding injury usually is what it is. And that injury could be slight as long as it's somewhat painful.
So does that mean that when the police shows up, whoever has a scratch or a bruise on them, the other person is going to jail? That, I mean, basically, look at Anthony. Anthony is saying, yeah. I mean, whoever can prove, if I am saying, if Candy and I are dating, all right, and the police comes and I'd say, Candy hit me in the eye. And if I have a bruise around the eye and Candy doesn't have any bruises on her, Candy ass goes to jail, basically.
Well, it really depends, because if the person who is complaining says I attacked them first, then no, the injury is not going to be that big of an issue. It's going to have to be that the person was somehow the instigator or the aggressor and the injury. And so let me say this. It has to have some physical injury. Physical injury in Arkansas is defined as impairment of the physical condition, infliction of substantial pain, or infliction of bruising, swelling, or a visible mark associated with physical trauma.
Okay. All right. So they take him to jail last night. Why does he not have a bond? Why can't he not bond out of jail?
Okay. So let me be clear. This is not just about him. There are some crimes in Arkansas that as soon as you are charged with that and you're taken to jail, they have automatic bonds that are, theft of property, things of that nature. So if a police officer arrests you, then you get to jail and they say, okay, well, a person who normally gets charged with this, there's a bond. For domestic battery, they want to ensure that one sees a judge and possibly a no contact order or the like is added to a condition of the release as a preventative measure. There was a case or 2 or 5 or 10 where the individual got charged with domestic battery, was arrested, got out immediately over the weekend, and then went back and killed the person or injured the person. So 2 things it's trying to do: provide a cooling off period and also get to where they have to go before a judge.
Okay, now we've got a lot of comments coming on, and I know if y'all will just give us a minute, we want to get through at least what he's charged with, and then we're going to dive. Tristan is going to dive into some of the comments. There are a lot of them. Tristan is probably not going to be able to read all of them, but Tristan, just make sure you pick out the ones that you need to read, because at some point in time, we're going to start having comments. Okay, so cooling off period, need to see a judge. That's why everybody that goes for domestic is automatically no bond, correct, Jimmy?
Yeah. Okay. In Arkansas, it's a no bond until they see a judge. Now, here's what could happen, and because people always like to argue with me and say, well, I know somebody, they went to jail on a Friday night and they got a bond on Saturday. Well, there's Saturday court. Judges actually come to the jail and they have court on Saturday morning. So if one is arrested early enough on Friday, they may see a judge on Saturday morning, and the district court judges rotate. And the district court judges, they rotate. Judge Bailey, Judge, out of Sherwood, Judge Wright, Judge Camps, they rotate. And
So there are some
sometimes
Saturday courts.
so sometimes they'll see
basically.
them on Saturday.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
So Jimmy, what I'm assuming that tomorrow's Monday, Officer Norman will be arraigned tomorrow morning. Is that going to be through video? Is that going to be
well, it's not necessarily arraignment.
Okay.
It's kind of it's a probable cause hearing.
okay?
When you're first arrested, you're only being held on probable cause, and then once they decide if they're going to go felony or misdemeanor, the arraignment may be at a later time. So I don't know if you've ever seen an individual go before a judge, get a bond, and then they have to come back to court, but that's not their trial date. That second date is the plea and arraignment, because the prosecutor has decided on what charges to file. But generally, when they're arrested, they're just being held on probable cause, no matter
All
what
right,
the crime is.
And so what will happen in the morning? What will be discussed when he goes to court in the morning? Will a bond hearing be discussed then?
Yes. So
Okay.
what will be discussed is, first, that he probably wants to plead not guilty.
Mhm.
And so once that's done, a plea of not guilty will be entered even at the probable cause stage. Then a prosecutor will read from what you call an ADR. ADR is arrest and disposition report. Arrest and disposition report sometimes is similar to the police report. Sometimes it's a little bit different. But the ADR will be read of the facts that constitute probable cause for the crime. In Arkansas, people are charged by probable cause. They're charged by pretty much affidavit and information. They're not indicted per se unless it's federal. So essentially what a prosecutor has to do is they have to read the information to see if it reaches probable cause. A judge makes a ruling that there's sufficient probable cause, and then that allows the prosecutor to go forward with charges. Immediately after that, they will discuss bond. And factors that are going to go into bond are criminal history, response to the criminal process, the nature of charge, the likelihood of conviction, person's work or school or connection to the community, if they're a flight risk, or if they're a danger to the community, which federally has always been a thing, but in state now it's starting to become a thing if the person's a danger to society.
All right, I've got a lot of more questions that I'm going to ask you, so I'm going to speed through these questions real quick because we do want to turn it over. Will he have a no contact order tomorrow? Yes or no? Is that simple? Does judge decide? Typically, is that typical in most third degree battery cases?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
Is that typical? Will he have a no contact order? Let's say, and I'm assuming, and I got some evidence that I'm assuming that this was the wife that he was charged with. So will the judge tell him that he cannot be around his wife?
So generally in a probable cause hearing, they will say that you can't have any contact with the victim as part of the conditions of release.
Okay.
So let me try to explain this real quick. When one is given a bond, they're given other conditions of a release. You can't have contact with the victim. You can't carry dangerous weapons or have a firearm. There's certain conditions that you're given. Sometimes it's an ankle monitor, etc. So initially, he probably will get a no contact order. Then what individuals can do, if they say, well, the victim no longer wants it, well, what happens then, the victim can ask for a hearing, come in and say, Judge, I'm not afraid of this person, blase, I don't want the no contact. That's a little bit different than a person saying, I don't want to pursue charges.
Okay.
And what got me sidetracked, I was kind of reading a little bit over here, and a person says, can the state pick it up? The state is always the person or the entity that's in charge of charging someone. Every crime that a person is charged with and they have an active case, the plaintiff will be the state of Arkansas or the U.S. government or the city of XYZ. So it's usually a government entity. The person who is the alleged victim is merely a witness in the case. So no matter what their position is, the state is always the individual that quote unquote picks it up or pursues the charge. Yes.
Right. Okay. So this morning, as you guys can see, TMZ, this was all over national. TMZ actually posted Instagram famous cop arrested for domestic violence. And they're finding, here's what they said. And I don't know if this is true, but this is TMZ's word, not UTB. It says, according to the arrest report, cops spoke with Norman's wife, who appeared visibly upset, and told officers he struck her in the chest with the back of his hand during an argument. Officers saw what appeared to be a slight injury. Norman reportedly claimed that he was only blocking her hand after she slapped him. Jail records show Norman, who's a 27-year veteran of the force, is currently being held without bond. Department says that he has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of both criminal case and an internal review. Okay. So what that tells me, Jimmy, is the North Little Rock Police Department has already said that we're going to place him on administrative leave. Is that, I didn't read, does that normally with pay?
Yes.
Okay.
So anytime you have an incident on the job or off the job, they usually will put them on leave until they do an internal investigation. As far as, I don't know if they're going to wait to the outcome of the criminal case or the internal investigation. But believe it or not, I mean, this is not uncommon for individuals. I've seen police officers that have domestics or have DUIs. I've seen judges that have had, DUIs or domestic. This is not really looked at as strongly as we're looking at it, and we're looking at it strongly because he's a public figure. This happens more than you would think, though police officers do normally lose their jobs if convicted, because that puts them in a couple of precarious situations. And here's one of the situations that it puts you in. In Arkansas, if you get a domestic battery, you don't lose your gun rights for the state. But the federal government has a prohibition against one having a firearm if they've been convicted of a state domestic battery or a protective order. So now you have a precarious position that a police officer who has been convicted can't federally carry a gun and can be charged with what is likely like very similar to a felon in possession because he has a domestic charge. And so it's kind of a major issue. You have one that is assigned to carry a firearm, and then federally he can't carry one. So they usually are dismissed if they get a domestic because of that particular issue. Not necessarily the domestic itself, but they can no longer federally carry a firearm.
And I was going to ask you that. You've answered that. Okay, we have gotten through the legal ramifications of what he's been charged with, when he's going to go to court, why there is no bond. He's been arrested. Tristan, if you would like to, let's go ahead now. And I want to tell you guys that at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the number up here. Okay. And you can start calling if you have questions for our attorney, if you just want to give your 2 cents. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to time you, keep it to 2 minutes. You will be cut off at 2 minutes because I'm assuming we got a lot of real estate that we have to cover tonight. So keep your comments if you call to 2 minutes. Okay. I'm going to put up here what's your opinion of Officer Norman's arrest. The number is 501-650-9700. 501-650-9726. Tristan, while we're waiting on calls, if you want to go ahead and dive into some of these comments, if you see any questions that they may have for Jimmy, we can ask him while we're waiting on calls.
Okay. Isha Ray says he went and got no contact order appealed. I'm not sure I'm not sure where that came from.
Appealed is, well, you can go get the district court. In other words, a no contact order is exactly what it is. An order by a judge stating that you can't have contact. That judge can decide to reverse that order. Also, if someone is charged in a district court and their case is shifted to circuit court, the circuit court now has jurisdiction. That judge can make a different decision than the lower court made. So
Then the state judge.
It is. So it's not unusual. It's not unusual if the victim doesn't want the no contact order that the judge will reverse the order. The judge is using what they call belt and suspenders. They are making sure the pants stay up. In other words, I want to protect the victim as much as possible. If the victim comes in there and said they don't want protection, then at least they have a record of them asking not to be protected. So if the person comes and does something, it can be shown that it wasn't the judge's lack of caring.
That the judge just kind of made his own judgment instead of just allowing that. Okay, Tristan, go ahead and give us some more comments.
Tony says, I need to hear how it ends after court. We need to see what hasn't been mentioned on either side.
Okay.
Let me see.
And keep in mind, you guys can call 501-650-9726.
Well,
Isha Race, I'm sorry. Isha Race says, me and my husband had a no contact order and we still remain in the same house, but I put my life in danger because if we been caught together, that would have been my ass.
Well, let me share this with you all. I, of course, have represented people in domestic batteries, and I've had the alleged victim, after the charge was filed and they had a couple of days to calm down, was the one that came in and hired me to go try to get rid of the case. So, it's one of those deals where people in the heat of the moment kind of want the situation to be settled, but as soon as they kind of have a moment to reflect and cool off, their position changes. The second thing is this: domestic batteries or domestic situations are the most dangerous for police, or even individuals that are trying to be good Samaritan. Like, you see somebody fighting their woman on the street and you decide you're going to jump in it. Oftentimes police have reported that they came to break up the fight between the husband and the wife, and before they could get the husband off the wife was jumping on the police officer, talking about leave him alone, and he ain't did anything. So these are some real convoluted cases. Sometimes
hold on a second, Jimmy. Let me take this call while we got him. Hold on a second. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this Marquez.
What's up, Marquez TV?
My question is just as simple. If he chooses when he goes to court to want to drop the charges, or she doesn't want to show up, can the state legally prosecute him or anyone on the police report alone without the victim being there to testify or anything?
Okay, Marquez, in order to hear Jimmy's response, you have to hang up and hear his response because he's on Zoom. So I'm gonna let him answer it once we hang up. Okay. Did you hear that question, Jimmy?
I did, and the answer is it depends. One, if a person calls the police and says, "Hey, Pookie's beating me up," and you
he said Pookie.
Yeah, Pookie's beating me up, and Pookie gets arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into court and say, "Man, I don't want to press charges." The first question the prosecutor generally asks is what you said or what you told the police not true? And if the person says, "Well, no, it wasn't true, I made it up," well, they generally could be charged with filing a false police report. So now you have to decide between going forward with the case and you being charged with filing a false police report. Now, not showing up puts the case in a precarious position, because now there's a law that suggests that if the police officer was gathering information in the investigation, then the statement to the police may not be used. But if they were doing something to try to stop the domestic battery, like they showed up and you all were fighting and they're gathering information towards stopping that particular thing, then those statements may be able to be used without the victim being present. And then the question becomes,
real quick, Jimmy, let me say, because I want to get to some more calls. So what you're saying is that oftentimes the woman will change her mind. She
Or
won't
man.
want to testify.
or man, yeah.
Or the guy, yes, yeah, or the guy. But then the prosecutor would say, well, if you did not lie, if you told the truth, then we have the right to pursue those charges because you were honest and he did do those things or she did those things, correct?
Yep.
And so you're in a catch-22 situation where now, if you do not want to help them testify, then they will prosecute you for perjury.
Not necessarily perjury, but just filing a false police report.
Okay.
All right, but let me say this, and this is what.
Hold on a second, Jimmy. I got another call. That's why I'm giving you to give me the short version answers. Let me get to this call. Hold on. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Calling from Little Rock. It was like we both had no contact order, and I was still being harassed. And the prosecutor told me they couldn't do nothing about it. And
Wait, let me slow you down. You were being harassed by who?
my baby daddy.
Okay, so your baby daddy went to jail for
We both went to jail.
y'all both went to jail.
But he lied and said I scratched him, but I didn't touch him. I was trying to get out the situation. And he called. I was in Wrightsville. So we goes up the street, and the family said, yes, she did. Wasn't nobody there. I did not touch him. I had a bruise on me. Both of us went to jail, and we had no contact order, and he was still harassing me and ran off with my child, a whole bunch of stuff. But he dead now. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. All right, Brian.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Jimmy, you were trying to make a point before she called. I interrupted you. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Well, what I was saying was that here's my advice. My advice is, if you are in a true domestic situation, then call the police.
Okay.
But don't just call the police to try to use influence in your relationship, because it generally ends up costing you quite a bit of money, because lawyers like myself don't take these cases, just because we know you. You got to bring quite a bit of money, and then you're bringing quite a bit of money just to get back to where you were before you made the phone call. So if it is a part of your toxic relationship to try to control each other with the legal process, don't do that. Now, if you're really in danger and you're being harmed, by all means, I'm not condoning any type of domestic violence.
All right, Tristan, I see a comment that I want you to, Rashonda T. Andrews. Can you see that comment? I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. It's pretty long, but I want you to read.
Let me see if I can find it. 1 second.
I got it on the screen if you can't find it.
I can't say, it's too small on my end. Okay, Rashonda says nobody should be discussing the issue. Stop trying to figure. Is this the right one?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody should be discussing the issue. Stop trying to figure it out. You weren't there. The police got the call at the end of the day. It didn't have to get to this point, but it did. Stop inserting yourself on the issue. It's a domestic violence. Don't take sides.
Okay, was that okay? All right, was that it? All right, go ahead. Read the next one.
Neely says hearsay. Joe Campbell says the state might try to pick it up. Let me see.
But Ephraim nearly is saying the police report is hearsay.
Hearsay, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you, Ephraim and I were in law school together, and we've had, over the last 18 years, some vigorous debates about things. And let
me read this before you. He said, I thought the question was, Could the person be prosecuted off the police report without the victim being present? That's what he's clearing that up. Okay.
That,
Speak to that.
and that is true. There is and it was an isolated case that I got caught with that says, and it's, oh man, it was Professor Kane told me about it. But it is, if it is an investigation after the fact, that police report can't, not the report, but the officer's testimony of what the victim told him can't be used. However, if it was during the course of the investigation, the officer's perceptions can be used. So if he comes and you all still in the middle of it and he sees some things, or she tells him some things as it's going on, those statements can be used. But if it's over with by the time he gets there and he's just doing an investigation, those statements can't be used.
Hold on, let me get this call. Hold on a second. We got a call. Hold on a second. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Steve, calling from Little Rock.
Okay. What's your comment?
I was just curious, do we think Officer Norman has a chance of a fair trial?
Okay. If you hang up, we'll answer that question. Thank you for calling.
I appreciate it.
All right. Does he have a chance at a fair trial? Is the question.
Well, let me say this. I can tell you I love going into court with a white defendant.
Give me the short version, Jimmy. The short version. Can he get a fair trial?
I think he can in Pulaski County, but
okay.
Well, it's the same answer I would give to the guy out in Utah. Do I think he can get a fair trial? And they found out he was white conservative. Absolutely, he can. Before they found out, if they thought he was transgender, black, or from another country, hell no. They were going to hang him. The whole tone changed. Changed when they found out he was white and conservative. They were talking about forgiveness after that.
Okay. Tristan, go ahead. Let's get a couple more comments while we're waiting on calls.
Somebody said it took me out when she said, and he died, or he's not alive anymore. When that caller called in. Let me see.
Read Ephraim's comment again. He said, I was only addressing the police report question, not officer perception. Jimmy is right. He said, Jimmy is right because the officer becomes a witness if he sees or hear what's going on at the time of the incident. Okay.
Read the comment, then you read.
Oh, be quiet, Candy. All right. I'm going to play something after this surface today. Rosalind, who is Officer Norman's wife, first cousin, did a live. And the live was, I don't know if it was, obviously we don't know what happened, right? But you can have your own opinion as to what she was talking about. It's about a 4 or 5 minute live, and I think it has a lot of information that you can read in between the lines. So I'm going to play this live, and then we'll come back and we can discuss what our interpretation of this live. This is Rosalind's, which is Officer Norman's first cousin. She did this live this morning. Here we go.
Good morning, y'all. First of all, whatever I'm trying to say, I'm just so discombobulated because this is the weirdest stuff ever. How everybody trying to figure out, or why everybody calling around, everybody worried about something that don't have nothing to do with them. People making comments on stuff that they don't have a clue about. First of all, we're going to get this understood, that Rosalind is my first cousin. We all share the same grandmother, and when she hurt, we hurt. I don't care if we talk every day, every other day, whatever. We all have the same grandmother. And my grandmother has a lot of grandkids, and we have a lot of family. But some family will ride for you, some family won't. But when it come down to stuff like this, it's serious. As far as everybody trying to say what Tommy did, was right or wrong. For one, wasn't anyone in their home, not even her son. And everybody trying to make it all say little stuff. Rosalind is a teacher, so she get her own. She got her own motion. Tommy is a North Little Rock police officer. He has his own motion. Our families have combined because of their marriage. Some people agreed on it. Some people didn't agree on it. But Tommy was one of my friends before they even got married. And he asked me, Keisha, please call Rosalind. I want to be with her. She blocked him. This was a long time ago. If y'all, we're going to take this all the way back from the beginning. And I told him, I said, Tommy, now if you through playing, y'all don't call me, I'm online. If you through playing, I'll call her for you. She had blocked him and everything. Okay, so they ended up being together. I attended the marriage. I was on front row because she's my cousin. I'm going to defend any one of my cousins. I can get into it with my cousins. Y'all can't get into it with my cousins. Point blank, period. Everybody is trying to make up their own thing about what happened. It's not y'all fucking business, for one. Because y'all don't know. And anybody who's justifying that any man put their hand on a woman, you're dead wrong. That means you're soft and something might be wrong with your mom and your daddy. But anyway, yes, Tommy did whatever he did. And nobody think it's cool. And Tommy is a man like a lot of men. And it's a way that you do things as a man. If you have a woman or wife or whatever, a significant other, and you out here playing in these streets, just know, if something get back to a woman, some women accept a man back because of love. Some women accept a man back because they're in the same household, they buying a house together, or it's a lot of reasons why people accept men back in their lives after they've cheated or did whatever they do. Some stuff get on social media. We defend whatever we want to defend because we're human. We can do what we want to do, for one. But my thing of getting on Facebook this morning is because I have had so many calls. I talked to one person and one person only, and she know who she is, my player partner. I talked to her, and she know because everybody put it on, social media, Little Rock Hood News. No, you can't get on Little Rock Hood News and call somebody a hoe. If your mama not one, or your sister not one, your kids not one, you cannot just call a woman a hoe if you ain't never messed with them or know if they're a hoe or not. Just address them as something else, their name, or as a grown woman. Second, for real, cuz, for real. And I don't care if my cousin's right or if my cousin's wrong. I'm a Smith, I'm a Bowes, I'm a Jackson. We're gonna stick together. I don't give a damn. Y'all not gonna sit here and bash and try to figure out what's wrong and say somebody wrong or this, that, and the other. Cause y'all don't know. Y'all not in their household. Everybody be seeing whatever Tommy do on the streets. He a grown man, whatever he do. But as far as somebody saying that he touched his wife, which is my cousin, that's dead wrong. Cause one thing I do know, no man on this other side of this phone can take what a woman. If a man cheat, it's all good. Let a woman go cheat or let a woman do something. They finna get in the tub, turn into alcoholics, want to hit and all this and all this. This could have went bad because people be trying to live their life straight. Because I know if a man hit me, you're not gonna get away with it either. Some people call the police and some people fire your ass up, like for real. So it could have went to a whole nother level.
All right, so that was a lot. That was a whole lot. But I guess the reason why the reason why I played it is because you can read in between the line that there was something that went on, and I know that 2 or 3 people inboxed me some stuff of some text messages. But let me just tell you this: obviously, I'm not going to put anything out here as a platform that's not verified. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of speculations of what went on last night. That's not, that ain't what we about, right? She's speculating that something happened with the female and all of that, and that's why she put it on. But we got some people, Tristan, I know you got some comments in here. They are really kind of cutting up on her in the comments. Do you want to read some of these comments, Tristan? First of all, before we go to
Monique
comments,
Monique said it wasn't nothing. Miss Carmen says, child, Patricia said the south side or the north side smoke. Shannon says I'm so lost listening to that video. I agree. You could have kept that video because we could have used that for something else. Police do not put her on the stand. This definitely shows what I believe. She hit him. You just
Oh my
want cloud. B level, turn this off. She wasn't there either. Tony says, okay, B level next.
Look like they were
Jamie
over her.
said,
They were over
Jamie
her.
says, I'm not wrong. I'm not riding with wrong hell. And then somebody said, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Okay, so Jimmy, my question to you is, getting back on track, is we never answered if someone is charged with this, can they convict without a witness? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I did. Both me and Ephraim answered it.
okay, so and you said yes. You said they can charge, but I'm asking if somebody decide not to go to court. If Candy abusing me and me and Candy get back together after she done whoop my ass, but me and Candy decide that we want to make it work. I decide they cannot convict without hearing my testimony. I gave it at first, but Candy needs to confront her accuser. Can they get a conviction without me getting on stand?
Well, you're right. There is a confrontation clause.
Come
But
on.
the confrontation clause,
Come on.
in some instances, can be overridden by other forms of evidence. Meaning, if you and Candy were fighting and your 17-year-old son saw it, your 17-year-old son shows up and says, yeah, he, beat up my mama. That's a witness. And also, if the police officer observes it, meaning the police officer gets there and she's still trying to hit him with a frying pan, and he says, well, damn, she hit me once, and he doesn't show up. He can say, well, I saw her swinging the frying pan, and I saw the bruise. We can assume that he hit her with the frying pan on multiple occasions.
Okay. So that answers that question. So they have to have, and somebody's asking, wait a minute, y'all together? No, Candy, here. Candy and I are not together. I was just using that as an example. They're saying, wait, y'all together. All right, Tristan, come on with some comments before they start this rumor with me and Candy.
Monique says, so the son seen it.
No, Jimmy was just saying if the son seen it.
Marie says, yes, they can. Kylie Banks says, my whole thing is had it have been successful black man, he wouldn't have been given any slack from the public. He is a successful black man. What
he ain't black.
He beige.
He black.
He white.
That's why they going in on.
I can prove he's not black.
No, definitely black.
I can prove he's not black. No, a black man.
That's why he going through all this.
Hold on
a second, Tristan. Anthony's trying to get in here.
A black man know the rules. If a black woman call the police on you, you got 2-minute head start. Get in that car and leave. Don't stay there and wait for that police. No, get out of their jurisdiction.
So you saying that's why you know he was not black, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, if a woman say, I'm about to call the police, you say, call the police, ho. And you see her get on the phone with dispatch, go, nigga, run, hurry up, get the fuck about it up.
Run, nigga, run.
Real. Don't stay there talking about some call the police, they ain't gonna do shit to me. No, don't do that.
And Jimmy, that's a great question, Jimmy, because if they leave, now she has to go down and prosecute, right? Because there's nobody to arrest. The thing changes if the guy or the girl who's the police is being called on, if they leave, then isn't that much harder to get a charge? Because now she has to go down, provide evidence to the prosecutor. They have to seek out a warrant. Is that the procedure of that? If that person is
and
not,
she got to prove I was there.
Okay, so first of all,
Jimmy, you know I ain't lying.
Here's the deal. If the police officer gets to a scene and they don't have enough information to believe that there's probable cause to arrest, at this point, you would have to go down and fill out an affidavit and basically it's your testimony that this person did this. If they get there and there's still probable cause, that officer can seek a warrant for the arrest of the individual who has been alleged to do the things. So I don't think it makes it that much easier, but you might not be arrested at that moment. You can be arrested later on.
I got another thing. Listen, if you
Go
got you a
ahead,
smart girl, if you got you a smart girlfriend that's gonna call and do like Jimmy say do, what you do, fellas, you call the police on her ass first and say she hit me, she this. So now when they pull up, they on your side. Isn't that true? Isn't that true, Mr. Jimmy?
Hey, look, man.
Mr. Jimmy, tell her.
I can't give you bad legal advice, and
Man,
I can't
this
tell you
the
to flee from the police. So what I'm going to do is exercise my right to remain silent.
hey. Well, listen, fellas. Hey, call the police on her ass first. Now you the victim.
Well, you still have to have some evidence that she assaulted you too, Anthony. You just can't. I mean, they're supposed to have some evidence when they show
Hey,
up.
hit yourself, bruise yourself up. Hey, rip your shirt
Tristan, come
up.
on with the.
I'm telling you.
Tristan, come on with some more comments. Anthony got
Telling you.
some shit going on.
Hey, matter of fact, while you on
My
911 call, say,
question said, Mr. Jimmy,
stop,
boy,
stop
shut up,
hitting
boy.
me.
Viola said, Lord have mercy. Aisha said, just don't call them because somebody going to jail.
Yeah, that. I mean, that's the thing. If you call the police now, oftentimes the police is there to kind of make a bad situation to calm it down. Obviously, if it's physical, I saw Tam saying, not Tam, but I saw Patricia somewhere down here saying, just if you got a guy that's physically abusing you, right? If you got someone who is physically abusing you, then the best thing is just get away from that person, right? Just get away from him.
Yeah.
Do we know, and I did not look up, and Jimmy, I don't know if you know, you talked about somebody was saying that this was not his first domestic charge. Do you know if that was true or not?
Well, hold on. I didn't look up any record.
Okay,
of anybody.
I didn't either.
What I was saying that a domestic battery third or battery third is a misdemeanor unless it is the second within 5 years. I was just telling you what the law was.
Yeah.
I wasn't making any comment on his criminal history.
I didn't either, and I think obviously that's not here or there, but someone sent that, and I didn't. There's no evidence to really prove that he was charged more than once. To our knowledge, to my knowledge, this is the first time that he's been charged with domestic violence. And you talked about that if he's convicted. Now, what will happen in the meantime? He's been put on suspension, Jimmy. What will happen while he's out fighting this case? Will he remain on suspension until he goes to court and have his day? Will the suspension be lifted in North Little Rock and he will be able to go back to, because it should take some time to fight this for him to go to court, correct?
Well, I don't know that because I don't know what North Little Rock's policy is related to police officers. But they will do an internal investigation, and I think they will go with whatever they believe is on the internal investigation. I've seen cases where the police have done an investigation, found no wrong. DHS has done investigations, found no wrong, and the prosecutor still, pursues charges. And so, with that being said, I can't tell you what North Little Rock's going to do. I can tell you what they're likely to do.
Okay, let me take this call. Here we go. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Terry. I'm calling from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
I have two questions. When is it a good time to video domestic violence, and how do you know if the police officer is writing the correct comment on the report that you give?
When you say comment, are you saying, how do you know that he's writing the right facts on the police report? Statement?
Yeah, the right facts. Right statement that you give you. And how do you find out if he's writing that right facts that you're giving?
Okay, that's question number one. Hold on, Jimmy, before you answer, because she won't be able to hear you. What's your question number two?
Okay, that was question number two. No, question number one: when is it okay to video any kind of incident that you're in?
When you say video, what do you mean by when is it okay to video? What do you mean by that?
For as like okay, somebody getting arrested and somebody getting arrested. When is it okay to use your phone to video that scene?
Okay, so you're the innocent bystander and you want to video an arrest. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. If you'll hang up, I'll have the attorney answer it, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. All right, Jimmy, 2 questions. When is it okay to video an arrest?
Okay. So you can video or record an arrest as long as you are not impeding that arrest. In other words, if you are a significant amount away that you're not involved or impeding it, then you can record it, you can watch it, you can video it, etc. What you can't do is get in the way of it. Like, hey, don't arrest him. He's my son. Don't arrest him. He's my boyfriend. Don't arrest him. He ain't did shit. It's when you start crossing the line and then you're impeding it. So anything up to that point. Also, it is a crime to threaten police officers. When I mean by threaten them, not, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. It's, I'm going to cost you your job. You're going to get sued. That in and of itself, you can be charged with a crime called, I think it's influencing a police officer or influencing an arrest. So as long as you're a bystander, you're fine. When you start to try to influence it or impede it, that's when you get in trouble.
When can you find out what he put on the police report is our second question.
Well, you can get the police report or the ADR when it's available for public record. And if what you told them differs from what's in the police report, your testimony is going to carry the police report, as Jimmy Morris III and Ephraim said, is inadmissible. And so the police report itself is inadmissible. The officer's testimony about what he saw may not be.
Okay, let me call this person back who I had on hold, but let me get them on so we can get their comment on.
What's up with the level?
All right, what's your this Foots?
There's Foots there.
Foots.
How you doing?
What's happening, man? What's your comment, Foots? Keep it in 2 minutes for me, boss.
Man, my personal comments for Officer Norman, man, for his community work and stuff like that. I've been hearing it all day about his allegations. May his prayers be for the young lady and for him, because but I've been hearing a lot of people who bring up these allegations and they throw the race card in. All the white guy in the neighborhood, this and that, which typically show me that they really don't know him and know where he's from and know his character. You know what I'm saying? Even before he was police, like, been knowing this guy like 30 years. You see what I'm saying? When he first went into the force, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He is a guy from my project. His mom stayed right across the street from the project to this day. He hung with a lot of guys from the project, and he do primary work in my neighborhood off Pike all his life. All allegations about women and stuff like that, don't nobody, them just allegations, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if you can see, Foots, we have not said any of those allegations because those allegations are just what they are, bro. They just allegations. And I didn't want to use my platform to highlight any of that bullshit that was going on because that's his own personal business. That's his personal life. And I mean, domestic violence is wrong. They say like, the percentage of domestic violence going on in the household throughout a relationship, the numbers and statistics is very, very high. Things do go on sometimes. People get mad, people get angry, and things get out of hand inside a household. A lot. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my perspective is I think it's wrong and very disgraceful for people to come out against his personal life like they is right now, saying things that they shouldn't say when it comes to him manipulating our community. That's what I want to speak on. Like, how is he manipulating the community that he came from, that he birthed from? I'm sure a lot of officers and people, because our force is not like Little Rock Force. It's not an integrated force. I'm sure he had to
deal with other people on the force looking down on him, maybe even been called a nigger lover. You see what I'm saying? Because of his ties to our community and what he do for our community. He ain't doing nothing. No, if he didn't do anything bad for us, bad allegation, he ain't doing nothing bad than y'all brothers and y'all sorry ass, what I'm saying, uncles and shit. For us, the neighborhood, riding around the neighborhood that he didn't grow up. But I'm not gonna say he done that because he's married, and I want to respect his wife and his family and his kids and stuff. But that's what people have to stop, especially when they ain't giving back to the community or doing nothing for us or our culture. In my eyes, color is fine when we all come from the ghetto, because all that you better than me or he better than you, or man, dude come from the same slum that I came from. He put up with the same going without as a kid as we went out. So it's like, for people to speak on him, they don't know the streets. They don't know where he's from. They don't know the background. All they know is this guy that's giving away for the kids, and they making sick things, saying, oh, he did that just to go with their mom and stuff. Man, shut the fuck up.
Appreciate your comment. Appreciate you. I see you got a lot of passion. I think you know him, but appreciate the comment, Foots.
Yeah, but pray for him and his family. That's, and hope that he get through it, because, the things that he does for us, our community. I'm talking about my community. You know what I'm saying? He ain't over in Little Rock is doing as much. He ain't, on the other side of this town doing as much. But for us, where I'm from, yeah, he that.
Appreciate your Foots. Appreciate your Foots. All right. So let me bring the comments down. Do any of you guys have, Tristan, Anthony, did y'all have any comments, any questions for Jimmy, anything that you guys wanted to? There's a lot of comments that we haven't had a chance. Maybe we can get into some of these while we've been talking a lot.
No, I agree with Foots. I really don't have any comments. I'm really not the type of person that comment on nobody's personal matter.
Right.
But I do talk about the as far as the court and the law, but as far as with the situation, I honestly don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's why we haven't said anything about that, right? I mean, the big rumor on it is what he does with his personal life. We have not said one comment on this platform about that. We're strictly talking about what he's been charged with, what's proven. Answer. We have not even. I promise you.
It's always. I get. It's always two sides to a story. It's cheating allegations, battery allegations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been cheated on before. I'm gonna swing on you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just never know what happened. So it's not for me to. It's not for me to comment on it. I mean, people have their opinions. It's social media, but I'm not gonna have opinion because I've been there before. I kind of know how things can get. So we wasn't there. Nobody was there. Not even a cousin with the ponytail that was on just live just a few minutes ago. She wasn't even there. She really don't have nothing to say.
Anthony, were you trying to say something?
That's why. Yeah. I mean, I understand they say they don't want to comment. I'm just commenting on the behavior that they talking about, the charges. So I'm not talking about the person that he.
But you can get it. That's what I'm saying. You can get a charge,
but
just by.
Yeah. Charge don't mean
You know
conviction. But what I'm saying is, so I can give an opinion on that. What I would say is, I would have just like if I'm gonna be a guy to put my hands on females, not condoning none of that. I'm just not talking about him. I'm just saying in general. For one, I ain't gonna be with the chick if I gotta get the police involved in my life and lose everything I got. I just won't be with the chick if I gotta put my hands on you. Not knowing his situation, so I'm not speaking on his. I'm just talking about the incident as example as a whole. But like I say, we'll see what happens.
Do you have anything to add to it?
More so a comment. I've been knowing Tommy since my oldest was 5, and I don't want to shame the victim because I don't know, I wasn't there. It's just an unfortunate situation, and I can only judge what he's been to me and my children's always been respectful, but you don't know, you never know how a person is behind closed doors, so it's just not for me to speak on, really. So I like to
but the law don't care about. The law don't care about how good of a person you are. They care about the action that you done. Yeah, not about what you know, is what you can prove. But like I say, they don't care about, he was good. This not talking about him, just talking about in general. If you're a good person, bad person, they care about your actions and what the laws you done broke. So that's how they deal with you. They don't deal with you for what you done did for the community or what you did at church. They care about what you did that night.
Well, let me say this. If you have a trial and you go to trial, they're going to talk about the issue that happened. If you're at a point where you're dealing with character witnesses, if you're at a point where you're dealing with character witnesses, you've already lost because that's the sentencing phase. Character witnesses only are used to show this person ought not to get the certain punishment. They're not used to show the person did or did not do the thing. So that's one thing.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, he has a point on that. So, and the other thing is, a person can be a good person but have a one-time incident that won't normally duplicate itself. And what I mean by that is this: I've seen people in cases of murder that get less of a sentence than a person that, say, had drugs or, say, committed rape or robbery or something like that, because the circumstances that caused them to commit murder may not ever happen again, where the circumstances that caused them to rape or rob, they're likely to be recidivist. So there, a couple of issues. But let me address one thing that I read. I think Nell, who she works with the police department, was saying that sometimes people use these protective orders and domestic orders to be able to control someone. And then she addressed these domestic orders or protective orders to control somebody, and then they violate the protective order themselves. So just let me clear up the law on that. One, if a person has a no contact order or a protective order against Pookie is the only one subject to that.
Go to jail. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one subject to the protective order or the domestic order. The victim is not subject to it. So the victim can call you 100 times. They haven't violated that order. Now, what the law used to be is it doesn't matter. If that person is in Walmart, you have a no contact, you got to leave Walmart. Well, there is a defense in that. If the person who is supposed to be protected by the protective order is the one who makes contact and invites you to come over, invites you to do something, or tries to get you to where you're in a compromised position and then uses that compromised position to try to get you in trouble, that's a defense to show that they were the initiator of the contact.
Okay. Yeah. Let me read through. I'm gonna read them, Tristan, just because I can get to them a lot quicker. Let's see. Let's go up here, and Shanita is saying people go through things. This is crazy. Tony Dickerson is saying all I'm gonna say is he without sin cast the first stone.
They misunderstand.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Somebody's replying saying that to Marie Wilson, Marie, because you don't know the facts and what's going on in their home. I guess there was something personal going on and I didn't see that. As you can see, I do want to say this before we get to it. As I stated, we have not talked about on this platform tonight. We have not talked about no personal stuff, right? The personal, that is none of our business. Whatever is going on in Officer Norman's life, in his personal life, is his own business. What we're talking about is what he's charged with and what the possibility is about his charge. This platform will not. There are plenty of platforms that will be used with the messy stuff and talking about who he's dealing with. That is all personal. Nobody on this live has talked about anything. If you guys are saying that in the comment, that's what's going on in the comments, but we're not giving that any airtime talking about his personal stuff. Let me Marquez TV say so Foot's bringing up the information that hasn't ever been talked about. That's not helping Norman's case. Guess he was talking about Foots. Marcella Town Winston is saying, I know him personally. He's a good guy, and I know it's more to the story. And folks always want to take the woman's side when women are abusers as well. That's correct. Jimmy, how often, I know that that's a great point that Marcella Town Winston is making. Oftentimes, what percentage of women are going to jail for domestic violence? I know back in the old days, the guy used to always go to jail. But are you seeing more cases where women are being arrested for third degree domestic violence? I can't say the word.
I can't give you
Violence.
I
Violence.
can't give you statistics,
Okay.
but I can say that I have represented more women than I used to with this. So I don't know if I'm becoming a better lawyer and people are calling me more, or there are more cases of it. Also with the same sex couples where one female is more, manly. I've seen a lot more of that coming out.
What about the man whooping the man there?
I've seen that as well. But I mean, and let me just say this: both male and female can be the abuser and can be the victim, and I've represented on both sides. I don't have any statistics for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if we already read this. You're going to eventually get into it with your spouse. We got to get back to what goes on in the house stays in this house. Because I knew he's going to say that. Because this could really end up bad when it's people really getting abused. Like you can literally go to jail behind a scratch. Please, what do you say to that, Candy?
Well, what stays in the house, what goes on in the house stays in the house is why a lot of trauma exists to this very day. I think if something has happened to you and it makes you uncomfortable, you need to speak on it. And I would rather protect the victim until proven whatever the outcome is than shame the victim and make the victim feel some type of way, because neither one of us, no one knows except for the fly on the wall that was there. So that what goes on in the house, stay in the house is just a bunch of bull to me. So.
Jimmy, are all of the rights there to protect the victim? If you're charged with something like that, is it, people say you're innocent until proven guilty, but a lot of times you're guilty until you prove you're innocent.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's not you're guilty, they're proven innocent. I think the law is just set up to provide a little bit more insulation for domestic situations. Okay. And so anytime you have a situation where it's a domestic, and keep in mind, domestic is not just romantic. It is a household member or family member. So grandpa can decide he wants to spank his 13-year-old grandson and he goes overboard. That's domestic battery. So it is generally set up to protect the victim and to protect the alleged victim without stripping away the rights of the defendant. Because, once he gets bond, he's presumed innocent. He just can't come into contact with the alleged victim. And then if he goes and wins, then it's like it never happened. The whole arrest can be expunged. The difference between him and any other police officer or judge or whatever is he's famous. If this was someone else, it'd be a blurb, and we kept going.
Yeah. Marquez TV is saying, what the F? No. He's also saying they can end up dead too.
Monique.
Is that Monique?
Yeah.
Did I say Monique?
Monique said they can end up dead too.
Okay. Monique. Okay. Yeah, I got those. Okay. Monique is saying they can end up dead too. Thank you, Candy, for that. Monique is saying tell someone. Aquariums is saying that's why the victim don't say anything because of shame.
Shalonda Wells says, and that's probably why she didn't come forward a long time ago, because she knows the majority will be for him, but when God got tired, famous or not.
Patricia Moreland.
That blue wall didn't protect him.
And see, I think that comment, I think they did exactly what they were supposed to do, because I think if the public in this time period hears that one was suspected of that and they didn't get charged like everybody else, I think that'd be more problematic. I remember hearing about at least 3 judges that over their career got a DWI, and if that police officer would have said, "Oh, he's a judge, we're gonna push it under the rug," that would be problematic. But their career survived. They got the DUI, they pled guilty, they did whatever they had to do. And the only reason I know about it is because they told me, not because it was public record anymore. Some people knew about it, but once it's under the bridge, it's under the bridge. Nobody's worried about it. That judge or those judges got reelected. So sometimes once you get past it, you get past it.
Read that, Tristan.
What if both victims?
What does she mean by that?
What if both parties are? I guess you have to ask Monique, but I'm
Victims.
assuming, yeah. What if both of them
Both
whoop
parties
each
can't be
other? I
victims.
don't
You
know.
know, it have to be an initiator.
We
Nah,
both
cause
hit
you
each
hit me.
other.
Shit, you hit me, you getting hit back. You better give me one. I don't care.
So
But
Monique,
see,
would you
you're
clear
different.
that
You're
up?
different. You're different.
Monique
Patricia's a
call
different
in.
type of woman, though. You know,
Monique
so you
call
know, if
in.
a man with Tristan, he's not gonna be looked at as a
You said
You
coward.
better
what?
be on your way. You better be on
You're a
your way,
different type of
Anthony.
woman. So I'm talking about Tristan. Tristan said, you know, if
You
you
said
hit me,
what?
listen. You said if a
I am
person hit,
listening, but I'm
if a
not
person,
listening right.
you said if a person hits you, you're gonna hit them back, right?
No, go back to the beginning.
You said if a person hits you, you're gonna hit
You
them
said
back.
if
Oh, you
somebody
said a
whoop
woman?
Patricia,
Or
man.
I'm a
I
what?
said you're a different type of woman, which means
I'm
if a
not a
man
woman
hit
at all.
what you claim to be then?
A man.
So you the giver or the receiver?
It
Dude,
don't
back
matter.
on subject.
He the
You
man.
don't need
He
to
the
know
man.
that. You don't need to know that unless
Well,
you're coming
Oh
over here
my
tonight.
God.
no, you missed what I'm
We
saying.
going
You
we
miss,
going we going we going to someone else.
he
How
going,
did we
man.
get,
He
how
ain't
did we get here?
understand. I'm trying to help him out, but he
You ain't
ain't understand.
understanding. You're making it
My-
harder than what it
Oh, you
is.
doing it.
No, you
Okay, let
confused.
me read these
But I
comments,
understand.
guys. Let me. Patricia
You
Moreland is
confused.
saying, but we all know the police usually get away with fighting their wives. That's what Patricia Moreland is saying. Monique is saying both can be victims. She's clearing it up by saying both of them can be victims. So I guess she's saying both of them can be hit on and be victims. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
There
It's
can be a
whoever gets to the phone first is what's
there could be a situation in which both are victims and both are perpetrators.
Maisha Thomas
are
is
situations
saying,
there are situations where both people are charged.
okay. And so at that point, Jimmy, both of them would be victims in that case if both of them are charged.
Well, one would be a victim in the other one's case. One would be a victim in the other one's case. They would have cross cases. And there
Okay.
are situations where they both can get convicted. Because keep in mind now, let's be real. Sometimes these district courts just want convictions for money. So they don't mind convicting both of you all and getting fines for both of y'all.
Maisha Thomas is saying, Anthony P. log off.
runs out.
Patricia, stop it. P.
Man,
Monique
I'm
is
just
saying,
asking questions. People, but I understand.
well, I think that the problem, P, is you said that he's the woman. He's not a woman. So I
No,
think that's
no.
where we're taking offense.
You apologize every week.
But no, I'm not. There's
Right.
no bashing at him. There's no bashing at him. I'm just saying, you know, I was using him as an example because he is part of the
Well,
community.
it's okay. I'm gonna give you a private class on how to.
He don't give
I'm
me
gonna just.
nothing, babe. I'm
I'm
strictly
gonna give you. I'm
pussy
trying to
over here.
conduct yourself.
Strictly
But
pussy
you,
over here.
Well, and
But
I
I got
think
you though. I
P,
understand. Keep hoping.
But in respect,
But no,
he
it's
is
just it's not against him.
he
It
is
was
a
just a
man, so
question. I
you
just use him
gotta
as an
address him.
example.
But you still have to address him for what he is. He's a man, so you can't.
Man,
You gotta.
see what I'm saying? Now you understand what I'm saying. Some of them say, "Don't call me that." Some of them say, "I'm Dave."
But see, that's
see
why I
what
said
I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna give you a class. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you what type of gay I am. It's different.
No.
I'm a man. I don't want to be a girl.
But P, he's never said that on the podcast, right? That's a whole nother episode.
Well,
That's a whole different game we talking about.
Hey,
Y'all
let me say
misunderstand.
let me say this, Anthony. I used to be on the ACLU's board, and when I was on the ACLU's board, I realized that there are over 186 categories of how people see themselves and their sexuality.
Yes, that's
And-
what I said. I'm explaining to him. He
and
don't know.
so the oversimplification sometimes is insulting. And y'all can work that out on the sideline.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I told him. That's what I told
Let me
him.
finish reading the comments.
Well, why don't you just tell everybody what you is then? That way we'll know.
Everybody know but you.
No, well, you got that right. Well, let them know. Let them know. Tell us now.
I'm a nigga. Do I come in there with a? I might have a purse. I might have a little man bag. I might have a little man bag. But you don't see me in no makeup. You don't see me in no wig. You don't see me in no skirts. You don't see me in no. You don't got no titties or ass.
Nigga, I done saw you in the wig before, nigga.
But that may be confusing.
I'm a hairdresser. That don't count.
That may be confusing with how some of these YNs are dressing.
My point.
That is
my
have
point.
Have you seen the ones that are wearing now female hosts, but profess to be masculine men. It's like, hold on, man, y'all.
Okay,
Yeah, it is confusing.
So that we
That's
get
a
it
good
straight,
topic.
P. So no, but
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what
we
I'm
get it straight,
saying.
so that
That's a good
so
topic.
we want to clear this up so we won't have no. He identifies as a man. Is that fair,
Man,
Tristan? I
But
don't
he
wanna-
carry a
He don't
purse.
believe it in his heart, so we're gonna go through this next Sunday. And
It's
Man,
a
you
lot
go-
of, like he said, it's a lot
If
of
you
men
go
that
to
carry
Europe, there's a
wallets,
lot of
man.
Oh
men
yeah,
carry-
we got somebody
You ain't
calling
came,
in.
you ain't see me in there walking with no Dooney and Burke.
Hold
Nothing,
on a
you
second.
came in that motherfucker that doing it in
Unpacking the
shirt.
Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you
You
calling
had that
from?
goddamn doing it
Call from Little Rock.
Bernie
This
and
is
Bert.
Terry. Can you tell P to leave Tristan alone?
Okay, say it again. He listening.
preaching to the
Can
choir.
you tell P to leave Tristan alone? He's a great hairstylist and I love him.
Okay, I'll tell him.
I'm not
Hang
bad.
up and listen to his
Man,
response.
you about to get attacked by all of his clients.
Oh,
They finna look.
smoke.
They,
He want all the smoke.
they,
P, your
Hey,
ass is finna get lit
they,
up.
Tristan,
Your
about
ass
to
is
ban MAGA boy.
Tristan, will you
finna have a
please let
problem.
your people know on your side that nigga not bashing you? All I'm saying is
Hey,
I
hey,
be
you might wanna
confused because you be
apologize
having that
now
purse on your
before they
ass
come out.
sometime.
Or they come out like the beehive on you.
Just let these motherfuckers know.
all right. Let me. Sean Wales is saying they can
I'm
both
a
be
victim.
victims. Being
Yeah,
man
shit.
of his strength, he could have walked away. So I guess what Sean Wales is saying, most men, she's saying a man of his strength could have just walked away. Let's see. Let me read some more. Let me see. Right here, Alicia is saying a man has a right to defend himself. Alicia Ray is saying just because you called the police first, don't make you the victim.
Yeah, I'm
P,
gonna
you
say
are
this.
dead ass wrong. What Patricia Moore is
What am I
saying.
dead wrong about?
What was you finna say, P? Because you finna veer
You was
off.
going to say something else. Let me read this comment and then I'll come back to you, P. Keisha Howard is saying, you said you are a different type of woman. Tristan said, regardless of what, he like a man player. Let's see. Thomas is saying, I'm gonna hit Anthony and see what if we make the news. You're saying,
Hey,
let's
see,
see.
let me address that right there, Brillo. Let me address that right there. What
Go ahead.
see, Anthony ain't no dumb criminal. I'm a smart criminal. Let me tell you what I know. If you whoop a girl ass, you're a punk. If you get your ass whooped by a girl, you're a punk. So I'm
Right.
just not gonna put myself in a situation to be now one of
Right.
them type punks.
Right.
I ain't taking no L, goddamn.
It's like fighting a kindergartner. If you win, you're a punk. If you lose, you're a punk.
You gonna be a punk. That nigga got whooped by a girl.
Right.
Sean is saying we need to be our own heroes in our community. All right, we don't need a white man as a superhero for our community. Our children already think white man is
What?
superior over us.
Well, that's not how they view him, though.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like how that was worded.
if
I ain't gonna lie.
he's doing good, it really doesn't matter what
I
color
don't
he
like
is in the
that.
community.
I don't like how
What's your
that was
issue
worded.
with that, Tristan? Tell me what your issue with that is.
I don't like that. I don't know. I guess I'm not color. I'm colorless.
Wait, read it again, B-Love. I'm gonna tell you what his issue is. Read it again.
All right, let me read it again. It
Yeah, I'ma
says
show you.
we need to be our own heroes in our community. We don't need a white man as a superhero for our community. Our children already think that white man is superior over us.
That part right
We'll
there.
be the hero. We'll be the heroes.
Yeah.
It should. If y'all feel that way, it shouldn't take for a white man to do it. Y'all been here long enough to do it yourselves. Y'all hadn't did it. All y'all been doing is making kids.
And nobody considered him as a white man.
Yeah, but my thing is, I don't think it matters about his color. I don't think it matters about his
I just
color.
don't like categorizing people. I don't like categorizing, but that's just me. I don't
Yeah.
like
You're making
categorizing
a
people.
difference,
People are
make a
people.
Yeah.
Men, boy,
But when you
women.
say, when you say
like
nobody see him as a
brown
white
person.
man, what do you mean by that?
Well, you know
'Cause
how
he is
you
a
can
white
do
man.
nigga
He's cultured.
He do-
He's
he
a
do a
white
lot
man,
of
but he's
nigga shit.
cultured.
Yeah.
That's what they say by he's not. When we say he's not white, we're saying he's seasoned. He's cultured. That's
Nah,
we're
he's
not
a white.
saying color
He's
his-
a white man, y'all.
We know
not
he's
gonna-
we know that
Okay.
you're not.
White
We
man,
know
that
he's
thing.
physically, yes, he's a white man, but he's definitely seasoned. He's definitely grew up around the black African American background. That's basically what we're saying.
But that still does not make him
They don't make him black.
African American.
No,
That's not what we're saying. Y'all
Okay.
taking it
That's
too.
how they
Y'all
see
taking
him.
it too
He's
literal.
not, but
Y'all taking it
No,
too literal.
I'm not
We're
taking it
saying
literal.
We know he's white. We went to elementary kindergarten. We
Okay.
did play with the blocks like you did too. We know he's a white man, but we're physically saying that he's seasoned. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
We know
Easy.
that we're not calling him he's a black man. We're
Like
not
he can
taking
come to the
color away.
barbecue type.
Yes, he can come to the barbecue. That's what we're saying.
Well, hell, a white man can too.
But
So what?
we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
induct him in as a our beige brother. You know,
I ain't done no goddamn body.
You would duck him.
Only people I know
I barely
saved
come
and
outside.
unsaved.
So
God
Yeah.
people.
And,
I don't
and
know.
let me just say this about Officer Norman. I don't know him personally. I respect what he does. I know that he is the face of community policing. He kind of made that when they were going against the police and all these people were getting killed. He was the face of community policing. And that's kind of how he got all his followers and started doing all of that. So I respect him. I don't know him personally. I respect what he does. I think he does wonderful in his community. I think he is a great representation of community policing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's still a white guy. You know what I mean? But I have a lot of white friends. Like, so to me, that doesn't, I got a lot of friends, but y'all was saying something about he's seasoned. I don't understand what that means by he's seasoned.
okay,
You know what the
you gotta take your old man hat off.
Get off here.
I'm just trying to figure out what y'all saying.
He's
Like,
seasoned. Like he's seasoned. Like I'm sweet. He's seasoned.
If I call 911, right, and they say,
He's
"Sir,
down. He can hang with the bros.
somebody
That's
broke in my
seasoned.
house," they're not gonna say, "Is it a season? Is it a season, motherfucker? Is it a YN? Is it an OGN, nigga? Which one is it?" They're gonna say, "Is he black or white?"
Y'all know the difference. Justin Bieber or Eminem. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
both of them white.
John B. Well, is John B. a
John B.
cousin?
White.
But
He's seasoned though.
Okay.
That's
another episode.
Yeah.
I will suggest to you that there are plenty of black men that one could look up to in our community. And number two, I would say that it doesn't hurt to have those people and then some for these young black men. So if it's a black coach that wants to step up, it's a white coach that wants to step up.
Thank you.
I have more problems with the ones that are not having anything to do with us and the ones that do. So as far as do I see color, I do see some color. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, and I do understand that there is some benefit to being white.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. It's to an extent, yes.
And for those who don't see color, see if they'll trade places with you one
That's
day.
what I'm. That was my
they're not
point
willing to
there.
trade places with you.
But you ain't say that though.
No. But I didn't have to say that, Tristan, because what I said was he white. So I don't.
Okay, and I ain't say he's seasoned. Y'all know what I mean, just like I know what you mean.
But how the community sees him, they don't see him as a white man.
Yes,
Well,
they do, Candy.
I would take Tommy Norman over Charlie Kirk any day.
I mean, he's
How about
cool
that?
as fuck.
That's a perfect example.
He's cool as fuck. I don't have a problem, but I don't have a problem with a lot of white people either. So
But no,
I mean,
okay, they visibly see that he's a white man, but they consider him as one of the brothers. Like he's relatable. He's
no,
cool, he's
Candy, he is not one of the brothers.
Well,
He our cousin. Yes,
He's
he
not.
is.
Man,
You a
No, he's
hater.
not.
The
No,
only
he's not.
thing he doing that I'm doing is getting black pussy.
Bye. I'm finna go to the.
Let me finish reading these comments.
I'm finna go.
Alicia saying, as my dad taught me to never hit a man. If you do, be prepared to do one of two things: fight or get your ass whooped. I never hit, but I will defend myself. Patricia Moreland is saying, you better make certain she ain't about that life. Let's see. Monique is saying, hush. We have Court Connect on you.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Let me make sure I read that right.
You go back to that.
Hush.
That's like some tea there.
Hush. We have Court Connect on you.
Pull it up,
know
baby.
who-
I
don't know
guarantee
who
you
he's
any
talking
court
about.
connect,
I don't know who he's
any
talking
court
about.
connect on me gonna be dismissed.
You can't be colored less in a real
real
world. You can't be colored. Let's see. Take P to jail. Alicia saying race doesn't matter. I think we all were saying race doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
We're
race
all
don't matter.
agreeing to that.
Yeah.
That race doesn't matter. I'm just saying that he's not.
It ain't what
he's
y'all
not black.
see.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not black, but race doesn't matter to me. Nobody considered him a white man. What the fuck? That's what she's saying. She's agreeing with y'all that nobody considers him to be a white man.
No, I think she's disagreeing with the what the fuck I think is like.
Nobody considers him to be a white man. What the fuck? Thank you, Candy. So she's agreeing with me.
She's agreeing with B level.
Yeah.
1 out of
Marcella
1,000. No, I'm just playing.
Marcella is replying to Sean Wells. Let me see, Shalonda Wells. So why haven't any of them did it? Sean Wells he's definitely the white man.
Yeah, we were negating that he wasn't a white man.
Race
Well,
matters
that's a
to
big one. I
them.
like that negating. I love that.
Kiki is saying, I'm with Tristan. Speak. Color does not matter. Go back further, Brian Stewart. No, I don't know how further you want me to go. Color will always matter, period, Sean is saying. Joshua Jackson is saying he's all right. There's some black people doing good in the community that needs more of the spotlight.
Absolutely.
Go to Issa Marie.
Okay, let me get there, Tristan. He should be viewed as what he is, an awesome person that has done more for the hood than any black man. Marcella Town Wilson is saying.
Any black man.
Really?
Yeah.
What hood they live in? What hood they live in?
She should have just said for North Little Rock. But I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying. It's some black people that's out here doing some stuff now.
Look, man, hey, listen, I've had a 75 to 80% win rate. I done changed a lot of folk lives.
Yeah, changed my life, but yeah.
George Floyd, listen, George Floyd, I represented 78 people for free that got charged with rioting. I did it again for these kids. I don't know if he's done more than any black man. Come on now.
No, I'm not saying
and my mentor, John Walker, come on now.
Pop that shit, Jimmy.
We can't make comments like that.
Anthony, your lights are off. Turn the lights back on, Anthony.
I ain't paid the light bill. Light bill ain't paid.
Regardless of what he's done, if he's disrespected his wife and abused her, he doesn't deserve to be protected. So it's almost, it makes whatever he has done good in the community null and void. So
tarnished.
Yeah.
Well, and that's obviously the facts will come out at some point in time with this case. I want to finish reading, then we'll get back. During George Floyd, he stood up, something you black men didn't do. Sparks is saying.
Hold on.
Cases.
George Floyd committed a crime.
Tristan, the only person with sense on this podcast, clearly.
I agree.
Now you know they lying to you, Tristan. You know they lying to you. You know they lying to you.
Marcella Town Winston, really? Let me get down. Okay, well, let's go down here. Monique is saying we all help in the community. Tracy is saying, Jimmy, let's see. That it keeps, what does it say? That it keep it real. Season, somebody's saying this right here. Season, he got a little hood in him like us, is what they're saying.
Yes, dog. He'd be acting like
we'll be an hour trying to explain.
Sparks, B-level, just say you don't like him because he fucked your wife next.
Oh,
damn.
I actually like Tommy Norman.
They say,
baby, some tea going on in the comments. Let me log on to my Facebook.
I didn't.
That's the tea, right? I was doing it with something going on.
Now we get to the meat.
Now we get to the meat.
Hey, Bill, tell him about Bill, who ain't fucked his wife.
He ain't the only one, so I don't give a fuck
Tell
about
him,
that.
who ain't fucked Bill wife?
Nah, I don't know that happened. And my Miss Sparks, baby, you can't shake me. Shit, I don't give a fuck about that. Somebody said fake page alert. Yeah, that's what they said.
Now they alleged.
I don't know. Fake page alert. I don't know. Rachel was saying, Tristan, going to the store, bring us some more Hennessy back.
White Hershey's back.
White Hershey's. Did I say Hennessy? Shit. White
Hershey's
back. Our thought process need to be clear of the slave mentality. We have to get away from color and respect the person. He is a man at the end of the day, and he is able to make mistakes as human. Like Jimmy said, this conversation would not be, let me catch it over here,
be going on if he wasn't a popular individual.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, that's why anything. That's why Charlie Kirk's conversation is going on, because he was popular. You know,
Yeah.
individuals get charged with this every day, and nobody talks about them because
Yeah,
nobody knows who they are.
Kenny Ray,
Where?
Lil John them. Yeah, all them.
Terry Lloyd is saying back when no, we're not going.
We'll be in another 2 hours on that.
What happened?
Don't forget to about Say. I don't know what he's saying. Don't forget about Say.
Just say McIntosh.
I don't know what it was.
All,
Patricia,
all
what do
the
you?
say- All
Oh,
that say
okay.
McIntosh did in the community, yes.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
absolutely.
good. Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Added your POC.
How B become the topic.
It says, "Wow, B, how became the topic? How B became the topic?" Tony Ann Dickerson. Tony, I don't. Hey, y'all ask me if I get a little slack. I don't be caring about that. Hey, I'm confident in what I got going on. Patricia Moreland is saying that's Howland Court coming out of level. Let's see. Ain't a no alleged. Let's see. Oh well.
B-Love, you from North Little Rock too, ain't it?
No, I'm from Howland Court. I'm from Little Rock.
Oh, whoa.
Please stop saying racist doesn't matter. That's sleep talk. I'm new. I'm in love with this podcast. I have a topic suggestion. Alicia, inbox us your topic
Yes,
suggestion.
inbox us.
Yes, inbox it to us.
Inbox it to me. B-Love be trying to tweak it a little bit. No.
All right, let me give the number again. Tam is saying I need to put the number in there. The number, if you want to call, is 501-650-9726. We got about 15 more minutes if you want to call and get your comments in. I told Jimmy I was going to let him go. Jimmy, you got to get out of here, right?
Absolutely. But I was going to say one thing. For those of you who say race don't matter, look at how upset they got when Kirk died and they thought it was someone other than a white man. And look at how calm they got when they found out it was a white man that in fact did it. So to you it might not matter, but to some folk it do.
I get that. Jimmy, go ahead and give these people the contact information in case they want to get in contact with you, to hire you. How do they get in contact with you?
You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is my name. Instagram is Habanas Abogado, which means cigar lawyer. Or you can look me up on the internet. My law firm should pop up. Or if you really need to talk to me, come holler at me at Cafe Havana, which I'll be at tonight for Signature Sunday. You know, the best Sunday night party.
Well, I'm come holler at you then. I'm gonna come holler at you by my little case or whatever. It ain't much though. I ain't killing nobody.
You know I fix stuff, so just holler at me.
All right, like always, Jimmy, I appreciate you doing it for the podcast. Thank you, and you have a good evening, man.
And I want to be on that Wednesday night, but that's my Brazilian.
No. Listen, I called you about Wednesday night. You didn't answer. I texted you, didn't I? We're gonna get it figured out.
I was training for my second degree black belt, and so I was really focused on Wednesday. But I'll cut out a Wednesday for you.
I got you. All right, have a good night.
B-Love, are you single?
Is Jimmy gone?
Jimmy, before you go, now Jimmy is about to log off. You got
he gone. He hung up.
He gone. Damn, he just hung up.
Gone.
He
Okay.
just said.
I was trying to call.
Oh, he came back in. He came back in, Tam. Hold on. He came back in. Hold on. Jimmy, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Tam. He came back in.
Love you. Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Love
you back.
B-Love and I had a conversation about you earlier today. Yes, tonight. Yeah.
So Tam, we're gonna bring Jimmy in on Wednesday night. You know, I reached out to him, but he was practicing. He didn't hit me back. But I'm gonna get him on a Wednesday night so we can get a full hour.
Okay, cool beans.
Okay.
And what I also want to say, and I may be a little late because I was just waiting for y'all to get into the real elephant in the room, and y'all did. You know what I'm saying about Tommy? I'm real impartial. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Tam, are you finished with Jimmy so I can let him go?
Say again?
Are you finished with Jimmy? Because I told him do you need him to hang around for your comment, or are you
maybe?
Okay,
well,
maybe. Okay.
You know,
right.
he may have a comment or two. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to him is the elephant in the room with Tommy, with me saying with full disclosure,
that yes, he has done some, some things, you know what I'm saying, in our community or whatever, and then we know all the other stuff that we're not addressing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or what, or alleged. I'm gonna
Man, I
say
don't know what
that
the hell you saying.
it's not either here nor there. But what I will say is, piggybacking on Jimmy, the fact that he is his color or whatever, he gets more of a pass. He gets more of a pass. Not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not. I don't know. Foots came on, gave the analogy, which I believe, you know what I'm saying? Not to discredit him with anything or whatever, but what I am saying is this. We as a community, we will look outside of us, for validation. We will. You know what I'm saying? And there have been people outside of us that are worthy of that. Your John Browns and other people, this or that, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no fight in this at all with what he's doing. I know in any relationship or whatever, like Tristan said, we fight, we do this or that or whatever. We don't know. A lot has not been exposed. But the elephant in the room is, that, I have a question. And it's simple. And it may be something we might be slow on. You have your TMZs, all your local media, and all of that are attaching on to this. Be it right, wrong, or indifferent. But they are seeing something. It may be a situation where, he may be a person that advocates for us and they want to bring him down. Or it may be a situation, where it's something else. I don't know. I'm not on that. But I've heard Jimmy say multiple times tonight, you know what I'm saying? Look in our own community. You know what I'm saying? With people that are doing great things. Not saying that there are not other people that do it too. You know what I'm saying? Not saying anything against him. I don't even know. I really just became abreast of this yesterday. So I don't have an opinion on that per se. I don't. But I do know about relationships. And y'all have talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And I think real well. But having said that, we are people sometimes that look for some type of savior, and not saying that he is it or not it or whatever the case may be, but I am going to say, like you just said, with Tristan and Anthony P. And P, stop all that, but whatever, what I'm saying to that is,
what?
At the end of the day,
30 seconds.
We don't need anybody but us. Anybody but us. And if there are other people that want to be allies or whatever, that's cool too. That is cool too. But not to go too long or whatever. You and I talk about it or whatever. But I really just wanted to call and say thank you, Jimmy. Because Jimmy has been excellent tonight. Excellent.
All right. Appreciate your call, Tam.
All right.
And I'll see y'all later.
Okay, Jimmy. Thank you. So we'll read a couple more comments, and I don't know. We're still going to do the Charlie Kirk episode. This kind of just trumped this. Charlie Kirk was a national situation that happened. It was pretty huge. But when this surfaced from a local standpoint, it took priority in our conversation. Let's read some of these comments. All right, let's go back up here. And I think I probably need to, I hate to be, let's see. Jimmy spitting facts is what she said. Jimmy ain't lying.
Hey, Amanda.
Jimmy, do you only do Arkansas? We should have asked that. Hit him up and ask him Is that Candy Webb?
I think he goes out. I think he does out of state things. I mean, I think he mentioned it on one of the episodes.
Patricia is replying to Tonio Dixon. You know, Love is my homie. I know. Love, hey Candy.
Somebody said that you single.
Maisha,
somebody. I think. He's looking for it too.
Oh my goodness, what's she talking about? Get Tam ass out the phone. Well,
What are you doing? What are you doing, Trisha?
He's trying to look for that comment about if BB ever single.
I ain't answered that day. I said, she already know I'm single. I already said multiple times I'm single
today.
But hey, I'm not single to her ass, and she trolling me. Shit, fuck her. Shit, she talking about she's single. How many of you
you know what I'm saying?
Thomas
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You talking about Tam?
Nah, I don't know what the hell you're saying. Here you go.
How many of you know what I'm saying? Does she have? She's I think we already read that. This podcast is great with just B Level, P, and Tristan. Keep the others off. They bore
You
us.
get your because I could have been at the house, you know.
I ain't hear that part. What did they say?
This girl right here. Who is this woman? Is this real? Is this a real page?
No,
I don't know.
Tristan, this got to be a fake page, right? We're gonna stop reading her comments if she fake.
With your fake ass.
Nah, we're gonna stop reading her. Lord, who let the lunch lady?
They talk about Tam.
You know what I'm saying? She goddamn me, you know what I'm saying? Level, man.
Stop it. Have a great night, people.
Have a great night.
Somebody say, I know it's been 2 minutes. They are on Tam. Lord,
don't let Tam talk at no funeral.
Answering the phone. Yeah.
Hey,
you said what, P?
Don't let Tam talk at nobody's funeral.
I won't be before you long.
Yeah. 2 minutes, Tam.
Girl, hang up at the end of the day.
Ron says, great podcast. I love the fact that y'all can agree to disagree. But Ron, I cuss their ass out when we get off this phone. just know they just cussing out.
Listen, we do. We argue all the time. We do it. Now I think that's this podcast. I tell y'all all the time. I don't know half the time what they're gonna say when they get on here. We promote transparency, right? So transparency may be different for me than it is for Tristan.
Don't say trans because he's for something else.
Transparency.
Now my bones chilling and shit, you know.
Yeah, no, we promote we promote transparency. And sometimes that's the other thing with this live. See, we don't know who's going. Here's another one. Let me
they
read
know
down
Anthony gonna cut
it. It says Don Foot says we are the people who knock those down who try to be great in our community. Not saying he's guilty or innocent in the matter. Let him and his wife and all litigate through their differences right now. But the knocking him down needs to be addressed also because the allegations are more the front than the allegations of him and his wife dispute. When the community should be trying to pray for him and his wife and resolve the problems or issue at the moment, instead of people bringing up this man's background and allegations.
Good job on that. Don Foots.
I agree.
Moral Viola is saying I'm hollering. You know, you tune in to us and you get realness. You get raw. You get edgy. You never know what you're gonna hear people say.
Yeah, Pete.
Let me Rosetta Lambert is saying something. Read that, Tristan. You got that?
You know what I'm saying? Remind me of the scene of that man kept saying it on Why Did I Get Married? Laugh out loud.
that he was lying then when he kept saying, you know what I'm saying, on that movie. He was lying.
Yeah.
You know, I always talk about Tam. That is funny because Tam sometimes do take the long way home. But she always has a message. No, she does. She does. No, we don't be real. She take the long way home, but she does have a great message.
Somebody say that. What
the long way home. She's long
you down a rabbit hole.
Tam will take you the long way home to bring you to where you. But
I say that to say this.
Yes, I say to say this. The benefit is that she has some knowledge and some information every time she speaks. So I always let her take the long way home because I know that she gonna get there at some point in time, and it's gonna be a powerful whatever she's saying is gonna be very powerful in her comments. So I always let her take the long way home. Alicia is saying, oh no, Don, if he really touched someone's child, I have no respect or remorse for him. Hell no. Praying for what? Maybe.
What does that mean? I've never heard that. Where did that
this
come
is
from?
his karma. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard a child, maybe just underage, like
I've never heard of. Let me stay. I stay in my own gay business. But
Marquez says, I can't tell y'all I love y'all enough.
Love you too.
I go to see the psychiatrist Tuesday. Thank y'all. I appreciate you, Marquez. He was going to see if he was on, and he's going to see a psychiatrist about his trauma that he's getting.
That's good. That's a big step.
Yeah, that is a really congratulations.
Got my support.
Big round of applause for Marquez TV. Big round of applause for him going to see the psychiatrist on Tuesday. She did not get there tonight. Is what.
Y'all better get off to him.
She didn't get home tonight.
Nah, she didn't get there tonight.
Y'all better get off to
him.
Y'all were me.
But I know what you're saying. But I know what you're saying.
Go get your ass.
But I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. God damn it. I don't know what you're saying, but I know what you're saying.
What'd you say, P?
I don't know what she's saying, but I know what she's saying.
Tell go kick your ass, P. I promise you, she gonna kick.
We ain't gonna get no more place fucking with y'all.
Don Foots is saying I don't protect no pedophile either, but that's not at the forefront. Yeah. Look at Tam. Tam said, "LOL."
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all leave my friend alone.
Shit, matter of fact, you just call her. You know what I'm saying, Tam. Y'all get up, you know what I'm saying, Tam.
That'll be a good little podcast for her. You know what I'm saying by Tam?
Yeah.
That'll be good for her.
Marcella Town Wilson said she took us all for a joyride and ditched us at the corner.
Goddamn right.
Hey, listen, I always try to hold people to a 2-minute comments because Tam is part of the staff. She gets a little bit longer than 2 minutes. So normally we keep everybody to a 2-minute comment. But I'm telling you, Tam takes the long way home a lot of time. But I promise you, she gonna say something at the end of whenever she gets to the house. It's just a little long-winded us getting it out. Y'all can imagine me on being on the phone with her during the day. Lord Jesus. But she always gives me, she always teaches me in talking with Tam.
She leaves nuggets.
She always leaves me with some nuggets, and she teaches me a lot. So I allow her that leeway to take the long way home. Marshall is saying, being in law enforcement, I hope that her claims are true. Oh my goodness. So many women call the next day and say it never happened the way she thought it did. He's about to lose his retirement after 27 years. That's his opinion.
Man, that motherfucker better go and retire Monday. Soon he get the fuck out. Retire.
Well, she passed her house tonight, is what Maisha's saying. Tristan is out. Tristan's camera's gone. He's coming back. Okay. All right, there you go. Tristan, do we have anything that we need to promote that's going on at the shop before we get out of here, y'all? Jayla is out today. Andrea is out today. The crew will be back next week.
I've been here a long time.
What'd you say, Tristan?
I ain't never got no vacation. I've been here. I've been over here over a year.
Well, y'all need to talk to Dre and Jayla.
You said what? Talk to them about what?
They're not getting no off days. They take off. They got to tell y'all.
No vacation. I know I'm good for a paid vacation or something.
Man. Tristan, you have been off too.
I was working, Danny.
He was working out of town.
You were working out of town. Hold on a second.
I've
Tristan.
never had a vacation to this day. Fuck y'all.
Unpacking the Package podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
Y'all work me, talk about me, give me a
First of all, this is Shanetta. So
all day.
Podcast. Now I don't know who's trolling in your comments.
I don't know who it is.
Okay, I really don't care, but I don't have to be referenced as your wife any longer because people know that we're divorced. However, Anthony P will comment about who ain't fuck Level's wife. It's the comment I don't appreciate. So let's be very clear. I'm not your wife. So don't have to reference me as your wife. I'm your ex-wife.
Mhm.
And ain't nobody fucked on me. So ask your co-host, your fans, whomever, to keep my name out their mouth. Because when I get the errand who's tried to fuck your wife, then it's going to be a problem. So please ask your people to not mention
at
me.
Tristan.
Don't mention me.
What?
Don't reference me.
Well, Shanetta, obviously, you know this
Oh,
is
that's
live. And
Shanetta.
people just, yeah, this is.
Hey,
Yes, Shanetta.
girl.
No, you know,
Hey,
this is live, and the people. It is a fake page, so I mean, it
I'm not
is what
talking
it
about
is.
the fake page. I get that it's a fake page, but I've had numerous of people call and text me. It wasn't about what the fake page said, because I understand that. What bothers me is that your co-host, your friend,
Let me say what I said.
hasn't fucked
Let
Level's
me
wife.
let,
So
let me
that
say what I
was said
said.
after the person was trolling.
Let me say what I said.
He
What I
wants to
said
address.
is,
He wants to
Let
address it,
me-
but you.
I don't care what it doesn't have to be addressed. What I'm telling you is what you already know. Don't reference me at all. I don't have to be referenced. And people know that I'm not your wife. So that's how I know they're trolling.
Yeah.
But ask your people to not reference me. Don't mention me. And like I said, if I get to airing out and telling who's tried to fuck me when I was your wife, then it'll be some closed doors and closed mouths. So I'd appreciate it if he did not mention my name. Anybody.
All right, your point is well taken. Okay, Shanetta. Bye. All right, so P, that's how you know we don't know it
man,
live. So
let me reply. Let me reply. When I
Oh,
say
she's talking
who
about
ain't,
P?
listen,
We
no.
don't
When
be
I
knowing
say
who
who ain't,
calling.
when I say who ain't fuck love wife, she wasn't no goddamn virgin when B Love met her. So that means somebody done had.
Yeah.
What
Well,
happened?
I don't know. That was Shanetta called. Obviously, the young lady that said that. That's why you don't know these comments are live. That is the blessing and the curse of this podcast. It is live. We don't censor stuff. Obviously, I didn't know she was calling. She called the information line, and so that's what.
Where
is
did P
gone?
go though?
I don't know. He gone. He out of there. So she almost not got in too. But y'all don't be knowing when y'all speak on shit. Y'all don't know how it affects
Who is
people.
y'all? What? I don't know what was said about
I'm
you.
talking about the
Shanetta.
comment. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the comment.
Well, what she
Yeah, I'm
said,
talking
it
about-
wasn't the comment. Like, what was said? I'm about your ex-wife. I don't remember.
She said, well, anyway, it's over with now. I mean, it's live. So obviously we didn't know that she was gonna call. But it is out there. So let me see, make sure that we don't have, and I guess we probably don't need to read any more comments. We
Well, I
probably
guess
need to end
that
this
was
live.
the news for today.
Yeah, that was.
I guess we got the news part covered.
That was. So anyway, as you know, that is the benefit, that is the pros, and that's the con of us being live. You don't know who's gonna call, you don't know what they're gonna say. Anyway, this live has went in a whole nother different direction. Let me see. P, you there?
Yeah, you hear me
I
now?
can hear you.
Yeah, microphone
Yeah.
check.
I
Check.
just
What we're saying is nobody's saying
charger.
she no hoe or nothing like that. What we're saying is when they said fuck B-Lo wife, I said what they're saying. What I'm saying is who ain't fuck B-Lo wife, meaning that she's not a virgin. That don't mean she don't hoe or everybody. She don't fuck the whole little right. What that mean is she already had
that's how it
sex with
comes
somebody
across,
before
though.
she met with Bill. Yeah. But no, I
Is
don't
that
have
how
no
you
beef
said
with
it?
her.
Yeah, that's how it comes across, Pete.
Is
No,
that
what
how
I
you
said when they
said it
said,
though?
yeah, no, I ain't say like she was a hoe. No, I said, well, I said,
No,
who
I'm
ain't
saying,
fuck
how did you
B-Lo
say
wife?
it the
I
way
said,
that
who
you
ain't
just
fuck
said it
B-Lo
right
wife?
now?
But
Like
that's
Oh
saying
yeah,
that's saying she out there.
they're saying
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
they're saying
I'm saying like, you know, I guess because they were talking, B-Lo went to the next topic, so we didn't get a chance to elaborate on it. No, I don't have no beef with her. She
Apologize
ain't done nothing to
every
me.
week.
You know, she's B-Lo ex-wife. I don't have no respect for her. I don't have no beef with her. So for her to take it as I'm thinking she a hoe, no. So no, I wasn't saying like you a hoe. I'm saying like that you was the virgin when you got with B-Lo.
Well, the thing you have to, Pete, the thing about it is that you never know how people are going to take your comments. She was offended by it. That's why she called.
She did right.
We didn't know who this fake page was, and obviously, we don't never know who's going to comment, right? We don't never who's going to call. We have fake pages that troll us all the time. Candy, Deja saying,
Hey, Deja.
Candy is telling it right. That's how she perceived it.
How he distributes it is not how someone's going to perceive it, because you just let it come out without it being cleaned up.
I'm glad she called in.
Before you
I'm
come,
glad she called in so that way she know.
Yeah,
But
because you basically said I had titties and stuff. So
fool, you
Look,
be carrying that purse
Latanya
around like you
saying
got titties.
just
no, I carry that purse around like I got
apologize.
money.
Shayna saying just apologize because I'm reading the comments before we get out of here. It
Yeah,
just
I would have
hit
called
wrong.
in too.
It just hit wrong. And you know, so what are you saying, Candy? Go ahead and say.
I mean, I would have called in too because that would have, and well, yeah, I guess it does depend. I don't know, but it would have upset me too. Like, I don't know. I guess it just really depends. But that comment makes it
didn't
look
hear
like
it.
you're promiscuous, or you know, I've been around
I
the
must
city,
have
but
missed that.
that's not how he.
Yeah,
well,
and-
he said that's not how he meant.
And the obviously the page was exactly what it was. So you can't stop that, and that's why I said that doesn't affect me because
got
at
a
the
right
end
to
of the
defend
day,
herself. She got a right
end of the
to.
day, they liable to say anything about any one of us. That's what we get for being on a public
Yeah, they say
platform.
we're boring, Tristan. So we don't entertain anymore.
So
No, they say
that's
y'all
what
was
it
born.
is.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna read the rest of the comments before we get out of here because I don't want nobody saying that I didn't read all the comments. P needs to practice more tact.
Good luck.
Stop doing fake pages. Terry, we don't the problem is we don't know which one of these pages are fake. We don't never know. But you know, the thing about it is that I agree with Candy. I would be pissed off too if somebody was taking a shot on me, and I never want Shanetta and I'm never going to take a shot at somebody that I spent 10 years of my life with. That's not how. I've never done that. I'm never going to do that. What the public says is what the public says. But I spent almost 10 years of my life with this woman,
And
so
I
I'm
didn't even
never
hear it.
going to do nothing like that on a public platform such as this. Let's see. Keisha saying trying to be funny, but he's not funny at all.
And it's not called for.
It's not called for.
He gonna push the envelope regardless. So
Terry Lloyd is saying okay. So anyway, as
he's
you
really
said,
harmless.
as we saying, y'all, this is the benefit of being live. Sometimes it kind of you get comments that you're not expecting, but that's just part of it. Tristan, is there anything? Stop doing fake page. I already read that. Is there anything that we need to say before we get out of here tonight? Look at Tristan.
My words is
Anything you got
gone.
going on at the shop? Anything that we need to address before we get out of here? We've had a really, episode full of surprises. And is there anything before we get out of here? I want to make sure that I have read all the comments.
Get them kids in the bed, get their baths done.
You crazy,
Feed them,
Tristan.
go over their homework, get them in the bed. Take you a bath, and just get in the bed. That's all I can say. That's the only advice I can give.
And I guess, I don't know what Tristan. I mean, not Tristan, but Anthony. I don't
Pew, I
know.
would've
He
left
done
too.
got on down. They've
Get
been
him,
on his. They
Shanetta.
got on his
I would-
ass. So
yeah.
shit, he didn't.
Pew.
Y'all stresses me out. I need an off day.
I need a
Oh my
Coke.
goodness. There's no off.
I'm
days,
gonna go to the cigar lounge. Bye, y'all.
One last comment. It says, dude, just be, what is that? Sarcastic to a comment.
He was just being sarcastic to the comment that was in the comments, but that's how she took it.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I like Candy said, you don't know how people are going to take the comments. Obviously, you know, it's, you know, you don't know what she's dealing with.
That was a heavy comment. Yeah.
You know, it says,
No,
y'all,
but for real, her cousin steered the comment in their personal relationship. Her cousin.
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Well, as you say, this is live and look like Pete and got the fuck out of here. Shanetta, then there he coming back. We're gonna get him out of here. Get him before I heard something bleeping. I heard him.
Because we're gonna have to have a class. Our next episodes, we're gonna have to do LGBT guidelines, some classes, because y'all a little slow when it comes to that.
Anthony,
What's
we
that?
about to get out of here.
They
Is there
don't wanna
anything
know,
before we get out of here, Pete? They're saying you got out of here.
No, what they? I thought they said something. No,
Okay, do you need to say anything before we get out of here? Is this your last time you want to say anything? And
be cautious of
you
what
better
you
make
say.
sure you be careful, boy. You better your
I had
jokes,
what I had to
boy.
say. You know, for her to think that somebody's beefing, I don't understand where she got that from. But if I what I said, and she took it wrong, then that's what So she's
Yeah, but do you see how she could have insinuated that from what you, Kristen? Can you? I mean, P, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think it's her.
Okay, well, Anthony, can you hear me? Anthony.
His connection bad. Take him off of there.
Yeah, we got him out of there.
Then you go lay down. He's
Well,
sorry.
you know, I think oftentimes I want to make sure before we give him that I want him to understand that sometimes people can, you know, be offended to what he says. And I think obviously she was offended to what he said.
I wonder what y'all arguments used to be like, because she was going fast. I know you couldn't handle her.
Anthony, you might need to call. You might need to call in, Anthony. You're trying to come back in, but your
I was
audio.
talking about B level. I wonder how.
Call in.
I wonder how
Call in,
B
Anthony.
level acted
Call in the request line.
him and Shanetta got into it. If they ever got into it, I wonder how.
We can't. Okay, I'm gonna put it in our text thread. Okay, I'm gonna put it in our text thread.
Can you hear me now?
Because it's T-Mobile ass phone.
Yeah, I'm finna put it in there now. Just call in, Anthony. Your video is
all
bad
that money.
before.
Connection bad.
I want to give Anthony P a chance to see if
you steady giving them chances. That's all you
He
do is give them
apologized.
chances. But I gotta do. But I can't do nothing. I can't drop across the table and whoop nobody for coming on to my podcast. I can't do nothing.
Yeah,
Y'all
we don't
cuss
get
my
to-
comments off.
You need to
When
put
I
a
had my sit down with
disclaimer on
Ross, Candy, they was cutting my cameras off.
They
They was
your
cutting my
phone,
cameras,
muting the
mute my
mic,
phone. They was cutting the internet off on me and
making you
everything
sit
else.
back down.
But
You
they
was
let
getting
Anthony
rowdy.
say everything. They let Anthony run amok.
You was getting routed. Deja, let me read Deja saying she didn't take it wrong. It was wrong to say it. Okay, here's Anthony right here. Hold on a second. All right, Anthony. The reason why I'm waiting around is I want to. These people are, you know, of course, the comments are saying that she didn't take it wrong. I'm reading them out. They're saying that you that's what you said.
Yeah, I said, who ain't for B-Lo? Like the troller was trying to make it seem like B-Lo should be fucked up because somebody fucked his wife, and I was saying like, who ain't for B-Lo's wife? Like basically, like, you know, he met her, he ain't get no virgin. So I'm saying like, who ain't fucked his wife?
But I think what they are taking it is that she was promiscuous in the way you said it.
The
That's
delivery
a
was
little
kind of
bit like,
edgy.
yeah. The delivery was kind
It
of
was kind of
bad,
seasoned.
and it seemed
I
as
was
if you
ready
were
to take his
saying that
head
everybody
off.
has. That's what.
I didn't say everybody fucked his wife. That'd be different.
Well, let me ask you this,
It's the
P. Do
same
you
thing.
feel
One
like
Who
person
ain't
like
fucked his wife?
around.
It's kind of.
do you feel like you need to apologize for how it came across or no?
Yeah.
You need to have an Ask Dree apologize section for Anthony because he.
Can you be quiet, please?
Don't get mad at her.
Yeah, I will apologize. You gotta understand, I have a relationship with the person as well because she's married to my dude. You know, so for her to think I would disrespect her, that's why I would apologize, because I definitely wouldn't want her to think that I'm just see her in a different light. That's not true. You know, yeah, so I would like to apologize to her. I wouldn't call you a hoe. I'm saying you out here just fucking around, you know. So yeah, I would like to apologize for the statement. But the statement was basically aimed at the troller, saying it wasn't aimed at her, it was aimed at the troller, the person that's trolling, letting her know that, damn, B-Lo wife ain't no virgin, who ain't fucked her, you know, like they ain't nothing new. That's basically what it was, you know.
Well, let me just
He
tell you
ain't
this.
never been a good apologizer.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't really care. I understand that when I signed up for this, that, you know,
No, you don't really
people
care.
are going to take shots, right? I mean, and so I wasn't even offended by the caller. I didn't even really hear that you said that. I didn't really even pay attention that you said anything like that. But
I went to the next thing, so we didn't really get a chance to elaborate, or you know, because basically when I inserted it, you know, they just, you know, y'all went to the next thing. So that's, I can understand how she probably could take it that way. You know, eventually hear that just that statement without letting me do the setup for the statement.
Yeah. Well, you know, as I said, I understand that, you know, this comes with it, and you know, stuff that people say don't hurt me. I don't know if she accepts your apology, but I wanted to give you an opportunity before I got off to apologize, because at the end of the day, she's still family.
Oh, yeah.
She's a mother of my children, and she's still family for me. So
That's why I'm looking at it, and her relationship with me, y'all, how we interact. She should know. Nah, he ain't saying I'm no hoe. Because we have our own relationship for us. Like when y'all married, or when I come around, shit like that. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, to her as a person, I apologize, but she should know. Nah, P ain't disrespecting you.
Yep. All right. Well, I wanted to give you a chance before we get out of here. We've gone over our time. I normally try to end at 9 o'clock. We've been 15 minutes over. So if we don't have any further business, I think Tristan is gone. He's gone off here. Oh, there he is. We will see you on. Don't forget this Wednesday. We have On the Level with B Level this Wednesday at 7:30. I am talking to Coach Reggie Swinton. He will be on the platform. Coach Reggie Swinton at Jacksonville High School. And then do not forget Friday, Straight Talk No Chaser is the new deal that we're doing on Friday, where I am story timing what goes on. I might be talking about something that I'm going through, something that Candy is going through. Story time on every Friday at 12 noon, Straight Talk No Chaser. So we are coming to you on Sunday at 7 o'clock, Wednesday at 7:30, and then Friday at noon. We're trying to give you more. We're trying to give you more of UTB so that you don't have to wait 7 days to get us. So we're trying to give you more of it. Okay. Tristan, hold the line before you go. I need to go ahead.
Oh, Lord, what I do?
Hold the line, Tristan. Anthony, hold on too. All right. Before we get out of here, I want to say just have a good night, and we'll see you same bad time, same bad channel on Wednesday at 7:30. Good night, y'all.
Had another rough conversation with the voices in your